Hello, welcome to Yin Flo. We will get started this evening in a comfortable seated position. So, finding a shape that you can stay in for a few minutes here. Hands can rest anywhere on the body. And we'll gently close the eyes or take a comfortable, soft gaze towards the floor. Giving ourselves a moment to settle in to the body and the breath before we begin. Start by observing the breath, the quality of it, noticing if it's fast or slow, whether it's deep or shallow. Noticing the physical body, if there's any tightness or discomfort. And just seeing these things without having to change them. And then noticing the mental and emotional bodies. What kind of activity might be happening in the mind? Any sensations you might be feeling related to emotions. And again, just observing these things without trying to change them. Just allowing them to be there and making some space for it. Begin deepening the breath, sealing the lips. We'll inhale through the nose to a count of 4. And exhale out the nose to a count of 4. Inhale for 4. And exhale for 4. Evening out the lengths of the inhales and exhales. And smoothing out the top and the bottom of the breath. As though we're drawing a circle with the breath as we inhale and exhale. After your last exhale, we'll take one collective breath together. before moving on. So releasing all the air from your lungs. Inhaling deeply through the nose, drawing breath into belly, ribs, and chest. And exhaling out the mouth, sighing it out. And we'll gently blink the eyes open, coming back into our spaces. Our next inhale, we'll inhale arms overhead. And then exhale to twist over to the right. Left hand can come to right knee or thigh. Right hand plants behind you, supporting long spine, reaching out through the crown of the head. Inhale here to lengthen. And exhale to gently deepen the twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Next inhale, we'll come back through center, arms overhead. Exhale to twist to the left, planting that left hand at the base of the spine behind you. Right hand comes to knee or thigh. And once again, inhaling to lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale to twist. Next inhale, we'll come back through center. And we'll do one more on each side. So exhaling to twist to the right. Maybe gaze comes over your shoulder. Next inhale, coming back through center. And exhaling to the left. Inhale, we'll come back through center. And then exhale, we'll sweep arms behind us, clasping hands at the base of the spine, opening through the chest. Couple of breaths here. Broadening the collarbone and throat. Gaze can come up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Next exhale, we'll swing our clasped hands over to the right hip, bending at the elbows, creating a little bit more opening through the left shoulder. Inhale to lengthen, and then we can exhale to tip the head over to the right. Just gently opening up through the left side of the neck. Muscles on the top of the left shoulder. And shift your gaze towards the floor and the ceiling. Noticing how that changes the sensation in the side of the neck. Moving gently and slowly here. Next inhale, we'll come back through center, hands clasped behind the back. And exhale, hands over to the left hip. Once again, bending elbows, finding that opening in the right top of the shoulder. And then taking any variations of the gaze, tipping the head over to the left. If you find a spot that feels really nice, you can hang out there. Next inhale, we'll move back to center. And then exhale to release that grip, shake out the shoulders a little bit. Maybe look side to side with the head. Up and down. Letting go of that deep stretching we just did there. And from here, we will move to all fours. So rocking forward onto hands and knees. Finding a nice stable foundation here. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over ankles. And inhale, we'll drop the belly, lift the gaze, open through the chest, cow pose. Exhale to tuck the tailbone, round the back, gaze to the knees, cat pose. Inhale for cow, broadening through the collarbone. Exhale for cat, rounding, opening through the backs of the shoulders. Move through a few more rounds of cat cow on your own breath here. Waking up the spine. And then we'll return to stillness in our neutral tabletop. Next inhale, we'll sweep the right arm up overhead. And then exhale to thread that right hand in between left arm and left leg. Inhale to reach up overhead. Exhale to thread through. One more time, reaching up overhead, opening up to the right. Exhale to thread. This time we'll drop that right shoulder, right ear to the floor. Coming in to thread the needle. Left hand can stay planted in front of you. Maybe left hand comes out overhead. Or you can take a half bind, wrapping that left arm behind your back. Breathing into that right shoulder. One more full round of breath and thread the needle. And then releasing any variation with the left arm, planting it back on the ground in front of you. We'll inhale to reach right arm back up overhead. And then exhale to return to tabletop. Moving on to the other side, we'll inhale left arm out, opening up. Exhale to thread through. Inhale to lift and reach. Exhale to thread. Inhale to lift. Exhale to thread, and we'll hold this time. Finding a variation with that right arm. Allowing gravity to do the work here. Opening up that shoulder. And then we'll release that Right hand back down to the ground. Inhale to unthread left arm, opening up to the sides. And exhale, coming back to tabletop. Inhale here. And then toes will come together, knees out wide. Exhale to send the hips back to heels for child's pose. Forehead comes to the ground. Belly falls in between thighs. This is a shape you can always return to at any point throughout class. If you need to reconnect with the breath, or simply find grounding and stability. Next inhale, move back to the tabletop. Exhale to tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Paddling on our feet. Moving side to side. Settling the body into our first down dog of class tonight. Taking a bend into the knees to send the hips up and back. And then finding stillness here. Next inhale, gaze will come to the top of the mat. Exhale to step feet up to meet hands. Folding over legs. And we'll clasp opposite hands with opposite elbows here. Deep bend in the knees. Really fully release the lower back. Then take a moment to sway side to side. Nod your head yes, shake no. Releasing further some of those little tiny muscles of the neck. And then switching the grip on your hands. Letting the head be heavy. Next exhale, release any grip you have on the hands. Inhale to lift halfway, hands comes to shins or thighs, nice long spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to circle arms up overhead, coming up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana, mountain pose. Taking a few deep breaths here to center ourselves in this upright standing position, having just moved from being on the floor. Feeling the weight of the body evenly distributed across the feet. Gentle tuck to the tailbone, lift through the chest, lift through the crown of the head. And inhale, we'll sweep arms overhead. Exhale to bend at the elbows, go close in the arms to open through the chest, lift the gaze. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to fold over legs. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to plant and step the feet back into feet pose. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the knees, bend at the elbows, dropping the chest, keeping hips lifted. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the shoulders, baby cobra. Exhale to press back to plank tabletop to downward facing dog. Full round of breath here. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, feet step to meet hands, folding forward. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to circle arms up overhead, coming up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. One full breath in Tadasana. Inhale, arms will sweep overhead. Exhale, bending at the elbows, squeezing shoulder blades together. Cactus arms. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, plant hands, step feet back into plank. Option to drop the knees at any point here. Inhale here. Exhale, dropping knees, bending at the elbows to bring chest to floor. Inhale, sliding forward into baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more full breath in down dog. Next, inhale, right leg will reach up towards the sky. Nice long line from the crown of the head to that heel. Inhale here. Exhale to step that right foot in between the hands, coming into a lunge. From here, we will grab our blocks or whatever objects we're using, bringing them on either side of that front foot. We're in our lunge. We'll inhale to sink the hips into that lunge, hands on blocks. Exhale to straighten that front leg, sending hips back to open through the hamstring. Inhale to sink into the lunge. Exhale to straighten and fold. Inhale into that lunge, lifting chest. Exhale to straighten. Just moving through this dynamic lunge a few times more. Taking it nice and slow and really feeling the opening of the muscles around that right hip as you move. And then next time you find yourself in that straightened pyramid shape, we'll hold here. So keeping, you can keep a slight bend in that front knee if you need to. And then just starting to fold over that front leg. One more round of breath here. Exhale. And we'll plant that back heel. And then inhale to circle arms up into warrior two, opening out to the side of the mat here. Nice deep bend in that right knee. Grounding through the outer edge of the back foot. Shoulders drop away from the ears. Gaze out over the right fingertips. And an inhale, lift arms overhead, straighten the front leg. And then exhale to drop arms to a T, sinking into warrior two. Inhale to lift and straighten. Exhale to sink. Inhale to lift. Exhale. 2 more rounds of this. Dynamic warrior 2. And then kneading back. In our warrior 2, next inhale, we'll reach forward with the right arm. Exhale to drop that right hand to the ground, elbow to knee, or you can use one of your blocks. The side angle pose, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Inhale, we'll drop that left arm behind us, reverse warrior. And exhale to circle both hands down. Stepping back into downward facing dog. 2 rounds of breath here. Next inhale, left toes reach up towards the sky. Nice long line through the whole body here. And then exhale to step the left foot in between hands, coming into that lunge, bringing our blocks on either side of the left foot. Once again, we'll inhale to sink into our lunge. Exhale to straighten over that front leg. Inhale for the lunge. Exhale to straighten and fold. Moving through this at your own pace. Really feeling the edge of your range of motion here in both of these positions. And then next time you're in that straightened front knee pyramid shape, we'll hold here. Crown of the head can reach towards the floor. Really opening up that left hamstring. And then we'll ground our back heel once again. And inhale, deep bend in the left knee. Arms come out to a T for warrior 2. Feeling our strong foundation here. Next inhale, reach arms overhead, straightening the front knee. Exhale to drop back into warrior 2. Inhale to lift. Exhale to sink. Continuing with this. 3 more rounds on your own breath. Feeling that back hip opening as you sink into warrior 2. And then leaning back in warrior 2. We'll inhale, reach forward with left fingertips, and exhale to drop into side angle. Any variation with the arm you want here. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, reverse. Left fingertips for the sky. And then exhaling to circle arms back towards the ground. Planting and stepping left foot back into warrior or downward facing dog. 2 rounds of breath here. And then next inhale, right toes reach for the sky. Exhale into that lunge, footsteps in between hands. Inhale, come up to warrior two. And then we'll grab one of our blocks, setting it right outside and in front of the right foot to prepare. And we'll bring left hand to our hip and step that back foot in a little bit to give us a better foundation to be starting from. Right hand will come to the block, and then we'll start to bring weight into that right leg. And you can just stay here and play around with bringing weight forward and maybe hopping up off that back foot. And if that's where you are today, that's totally fine. Otherwise, if that feels okay to you, we can start to bring all of our weight into the right foot so that we can fully lift the back toes off the ground. Finding a nice long straight line, again, through the crown of the head to the back of that heel. Hand can stay at the hip here, shoulders and hips opened out to the side of the mat. Maybe left arm comes up overhead for half moon pose. 3 full breaths here. Finding that point of balance between the foot, right hand. And then we can bring left hand back to our hip. Bend in the right knee to drop left foot back. Coming into warrior two once again. Inhale here. And exhale, hands plant. The front of the mat, step back. Downward facing dog. Take a moment here for a few breaths before we move on to the other side. Next, inhale, left toes lift, nice long line. Exhale to step foot in between hands, low lunge. Setting up that block once again, right by the left foot. We'll inhale, arms up. Warrior two. And then we'll bring right hand to back hip this time. Step that back foot in a little bit. And then exhaling to bring that left hand to the block or the floor, if that's accessible for you. And then once again, finding whatever variation of half moon works for you on this side. So maybe just starting to play with bringing your weight forward and finding some balance. Or lifting back toes fully off the ground, opening hips, opening shoulders. Choosing your arm variation here. Staying for 3 breaths. And then bringing hand back to hip. And exhaling. Drop back leg. Returning to warrior two. Inhale here. And exhale to move back into downward facing dog. And then our next inhale, we'll drop knees to the ground. Nice and wide, toes come together. And exhale into child's pose. Regrounding ourselves after challenging our balance quite a bit with half moon. Really finding our connection to the earth again. Feeling the support Inhale to come to tabletop. And then exhale, we'll move to face the long edge of our mat. Staying on knees here. So hands can come off the mat. And then we're going to step the right foot out to the side as if we're like half of a wide-legged stance. And then we're going to inhale, bring arms overhead for gate pose. And we're going to take a little bit of movement here. So we'll inhale at center. Exhale to drop right hand to right leg, reaching up and over with the left. Inhale to center. And then we'll exhale, drop right hand or left hand to the floor, reaching out long with the left arm, creating that long line again. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right, opening up the left side body. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Move to that one more time. Inhale to center. Exhale. Inhale to lift. Exhale to the left. Inhale back through center. And then exhale, we'll just switch out the legs here. So left foot comes out to the side. Inhaling to find our foundation in the middle. And then exhale to drop left hand to left leg, reaching up and over with the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, right arm down. Extending out through those left fingertips. Inhale through center. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale to drop right arm. One more round on this side. Coming back through center. And then we'll exhale to bring both knees back through center. And then we'll just sit hips back down onto heels. And then exhale. Hands can come to thighs. And then we'll move to seated on our sits bones. So just coming to a cross-legged seated position, however you would like. And then we're going to bring our right leg out long in front, connecting left sole of the foot to the inner thigh. I'm finding a nice long spine here. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale to start to walk fingertips out towards that right foot, flexing the right toes into our one-legged forward fold. Here, inhaling to create length in the spine, and then exhaling to round over that leg. Next, inhale, we'll walk hands back towards the body, coming back up to seated. And then we'll switch out our legs. So left foot out long, right leg bent, sole of the foot connecting to left thigh. We'll inhale to lengthen here, feeling both sits bones connected to the ground. Exhale to fold over left leg. Keeping a gentle bend in that left knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, walking hands back towards the body. And then we'll exhale to bring both legs back in. We'll make our way onto our backs. Knees stay bent. Soles of the feet plant on the floor. Hip width distance apart. And keeping heels in pretty close to the body here. On an inhale, we'll lift hips, lift arms up overhead. Exhale to lower hips, lower arms. Inhale to lift hips, arms, circle overhead. Feeling the soles of the feet connected to the floor. Exhale to lower. Dynamic bridge pose. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last inhale, we'll lift. And this time we'll fold here. Option to clasp hands behind the back or just bring arms back alongside the body to support the lift in the hips. Keeping the front of the throat open here, so the natural curve in the neck remains even as we lift the chest. One more inhale. Exhale to roll the spine back down onto the floor. Hips are the last. Come down. And then we'll hug knees into the chest, giving ourselves a squeeze here. And then from here, we'll send soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, long legs. Your legs up the wall. Option to move into shoulder stand from here if that is in your practice. Or you can stay in legs up the wall. Breathing deeply in whatever inversion you've chosen tonight. And if you've taken shoulder stand, bending at the knees, coming into your pinning pose before slowly rolling back to the floor, supporting the spine with hands and arms as you come down. And then taking any last poses or movements that you need before moving into your Shavasana, final resting pose. The legs can come out long on the mat. Arms can come out wide alongside you, taking up as much space as you need. Allowing the body to surrender to gravity. And if you're ready to move on with your evening, beginning to deepen your breath, bringing small movements into fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, moving into hips and shoulders. Before inhaling to reach out long overhead, stretching through fingertips and toes. And then exhaling to roll to either side, curling up into a little ball. Gently pressing yourself back up to a seated position. Eyes can stay closed. And returning to a comfortable seat in the beginning of class. Hands can come to heart center. Taking a moment to acknowledge and thank yourself for carving out some time in your day for your yoga practice. I'm thinking and acknowledging everybody else who may have chosen to show up from their respective spaces tonight to share this practice with you. Namaste.